You'll remember Pita Taufatofua. He was the first Tongan athlete competing in Taekwondo at a Summer Olympics. He's making history once again. And if you don't know his name, Pita Taufatofua, all I have to say is Tongan Flagbearer, because you definitely know who we're talking about. And look who's with me again this morning. We met in Rio. We saw him in Rio. Pita's back. And great to see you this morning. You're in London? Is that where I find you this morning, Pita?
Yes. I'm over here in London. My brother lives here, so I'm here at his place.
Well, fantastic to have you wherever you are. We're glad to see you and to bring people up to date, because people I know have been following you since they met you in Rio, but those who may not have been following closely may have no idea that you're about to become an Olympian again, a Winter Olympian. Explain how this all happened.
Oh, it's such a funny story. It started at the I started cross country skiing at the beginning of last year. So I've been doing it for about a year now, and the goal was to, after Rio, the goal was to move the goalpost, I guess, and create a new challenge to find the hardest possible sport, sport that I respected, and try and qualify within a year. And so that was the idea at the time. But
okay, so let me jump in there. Everybody got to know you. Of course, you were an international sensation, and you drew, as you hoped to, so much attention to Tonga in the process that let's carry this on. Let's get that a Winter Olympic sport. And you chose cross country. I have some video, because you've been posting this all along the way. The early stages, they weren't pretty, Pita. This was not a match made in heaven. As we look at you getting on the skis for the first time, tell me about trying this out.
The first time I put on the skis, I was, I'd already released the video that I was going to try for another Olympics. And then I put the skis on and I went, hang on a second, this isn't so easy.
We're looking at that very first video. There you are. But even though you spent a lot of time, tumbling over, what a great attitude, because you got serious. We have some more video. You got training, you got coaching, you got crowdfunding, and you mastered this. So tell me now about Pita Taufatofua, cross-country skier.
It's it's something I never thought that I would do as a kid, because I'm new to snow. I've only been on snow for about 10 weeks, all up. I was training on roller skis just to try and get better at it, and these are the worst things ever made. But throughout the year I had no access to snow until November, and here I am, huh?
So on the beach doing some aerobic stuff and some strength training, and on the roller skis, and getting better and better all the time. And the next thing I want to show is this image of you finding out. I mean, it's one thing to get good at it. It's another thing to get to Olympic standard good at something. And you did in this incredible short period of time. Let's show people about your reaction. That one is, I think, not the one, but tell me about the minute that you found out that you're going to be qualifying.
Leading up to that, we had probably one of the most unreal stories just leading into that moment. I traveled with with athletes from Chile and Mexico halfway across the world, and we failed so many times. So that was the last race on the last day for me as a skate skier, to try and qualify. And I had 7 in a row where I completely missed out on the mark. And I said, you know what, there's one left. I'm going to say a little prayer, and I'm going to give it everything I have. And then at the end of the race, I thought, I felt very good about the race, which was the first time I'd ever felt good about a cross-country race. You just die in all these races. And so when they posted up the points on the board, I was standing there, like, fingers crossed, and I looked at the points, and it said 280, and I needed a 420. It said 280, and I lost it. There was so much work leading up to that point, so I was just so happy.
You got it. You're going there. And are you the first from Tonga for a Winter Games, Pita?
I'm the second from Tonga for Winter Games, and I'm the first skier
Amazing. 15K on February the 16th. Okay, you know I have to ask you, and I'm going to bring in some pictures of that famous day in the summer. You'll be the only guy from Tonga. So there's no doubt who will be Tonga's flag bearer in these Olympic Games.
How did I know you're going to ask me this question?
What does anybody want to know? What is the winter national costume for Tonga, Peter? Or what are we going to see here?
That's a really good question. Who knows, huh? Who
What's
knows
the plan? Come on, we know each other. What's the plan?
Plan? All I know is that it's going to be minus 20 degrees, so it's going to be very cold.
It's going to be super cold. I wanted to tell you that. It's an open stadium. Are you ready for this? It's an open stadium, no roof. Right now, as we speak, it's minus 18 with a wind chill of minus 27. And it's probably going to be really cold that night. Got to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All you're going to do is laugh. I keep trying to get the headline from you. Everyone wants to know, Pita. All right. We'll stay tuned.
It's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold. All right. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you regardless. And as we say goodbye, we do have that picture of you when you found out you qualified, that amazing moment. There you go, fist pumping, and understandably. Pita, great to chat here. I'll see you over in Pyeongchang, and we'll speak again there. Thanks so much for the time this morning.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you there.
Okay, Pita. Bye-bye.
Bye.